What's going on, guys? Today, we're gonna be doing some fuel stuff on this bucket of bolts. We're gonna be doing new fuel injectors, a new fuel pressure regulator, a new fuel filter, which is down there. It's behind the frame, you can't see it, and then a new fuel pump, which we might not do tonight because it's humid and don't really want to do it, but maybe we'll see. But yeah, starting off, I went with only the finest quality. All of these items here, I think I spent less than $150 on. I got these, they're probably fake, but they say Ford on them, and they say Denso, and they feel pretty all right. But yeah, I'm gonna get those in. Got a new fuel pressure regulator, some intake manifold gaskets to make the job a little bit easier, a fuel pump, a fuel filter, and just some quick disconnect lines to help get the fuel rail off. But yeah, all right, let's get into it. All right, so we've kind of got a little bit taken off here. We got the throttle linkage plate and for cruise controlling your throttle right there. This is for your brake booster and your EGR and your fuel pressure regulator. And you take the intake tube off, getting these bolts out. Right now we're working on removing the EGR right here. And then once we get all this off, be able to separate the throttle body from the upper intake, take the upper intake off, and then we will have access to all those beautiful fuel injectors. All right, so we got the throttle body off. Not looking too great. Whole lot of gasoline smell, but so all you had to do was take off the breather hose from the valve cover, intake tubing, idle air control valve, and throttle position sensor. And then right up here on the intake, you'll also have to take off the EGR, which is right here. It's 2 bolts. And then next step should be the upper intake manifold, be able to get that off and be able to get access to all those injectors and the fuel rail. All right, so this is the first injector we pulled out of my truck. As you can see, it is not in great shape. There was almost zero fuel pressure. These things were unbelievably easy to get out. Barely any fuel came out of the rail. And yeah, that's what the old ones look like. If you want to come over here, we'll show you. We got the upper intake off now. We got the fuel rail disconnected, and we are just working on getting these fuel injectors pulled and replaced. These things are not in good condition, so hopefully this will help some of the idling and acceleration issues that I have, and maybe improve my fuel economy. So yeah. All right, so we got the fuel pressure regulator out. It's going to be 3. Mine was T25. And they'll be mounted underneath. It was kind of a pain, but if you just hold the fuel rail up like that, you should be able to get a socket and a ratchet down under there and get those out. And go show you what the new one looks like. We got the new on the right. We got the old on the left. All right, we got the new fuel pressure regulator on right here. And we got our 4 new fuel injectors that are just spinning around like that. All right, now it's time to begin reassembly. We got the new upper intake manifold gasket right here. Got to throw all this stuff back together and see how she runs. All right, so it's the next day. Got everything all sorted out last night. Ended up not doing the fuel pump or the fuel filter, honestly, because we were taking our sweet time with those injectors and the fuel pressure regulator, and definitely didn't need to be, but it was like we spent like maybe a little bit less than 4 hours on it. Not too bad. Truck definitely runs a lot better
But I still need to I need to go ahead and change the spark plugs out, because I guarantee that my those bad fuel injectors have completely fouled up. Probably more than likely all eight of my spark plugs. But that's not that big of a deal. I can do those without taking off the manifold. It's kind of annoying, but I've done it before. It's not too bad. I'll be able to handle it. But yeah, way better. Truck runs good now. I'll go ahead and start it up. There we go. Oh yeah, baby. But yeah, I did have a little fuel leak this morning, but that was just from the little relief valve on the fuel rail right down there. There it is. And yeah, forgot to tighten that back in. And when I went out this morning, my truck would not start, and there was a little puddle of fuel right up underneath it. So I was able to get that all tightened down. I threw a valve stem cap on it. It's all good now. This thing's been through a lot, you know. She treats me well though. Trying to, you know, make this thing last. I like not having a car payment. And you know, I love driving this thing. And I haven't made a video in a while. And I definitely want to start doing that again, because I do have big plans for this beast. I got big plans in the works. I got some 2005 Mustang GT stocks with brand new tires on them that I'm getting ready to throw on. Just waiting on the, gonna get the spacers this week. And then gonna do some clears for the tail lights. And then I'm gonna swap out these eBay specials. And I'm gonna do OEM with clear turn signal housing and the side marker. So I'm gonna have full clears all the way around. LEDs, I think that'll look pretty dope. And eventually, once I get a newer daily, this will be upgraded to project status. And then we're really gonna start getting crazy with it. I'm torn between turboing, tearing down this motor, getting it all rebuilt, and throwing just a small turbo on, get some cool noises out of it, a little bit more power. I'm not trying to do anything crazy, you know, super crazy, no 1,000 horsepower build with this. I just want some cool noises and, you know, a little bit more power. Just have it as a nice little weekend cruiser. I've done quite a bit since my last video in terms of maintenance. I did the engine coolant temperature sensor. What else? Rear differential service, transmission service. I got the belts done. But this thing will not die. I've put 45,000 miles on her, and she's starting to show a couple signs of slowing down, but no signs of stopping. I am going to drive this thing into the ground until it will not run. I've run this thing like 3 quarts low on oil with minimal issues, from an outside perspective. Obviously, I haven't torn down the motor. There's probably some signs in there that it's been run three quarts low on oil, but from up here, it looks great. I just moved back to New Mexico. It's beautiful out today. Honestly, it's really nice. But yeah, I got big plans in store for this truck. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna do my best to start putting out videos more frequently. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.